Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. Today, what we're going to be talking about is how in the personal lines insurance marketplace, it's so important to ask the right question. Not just the insurance jargon questions, but the questions that allow us to know the prospect's intention or to know how they want to be communicated with, or just rapport building questions in general. So with this video, we're going to highlight a new blog post that we just put out. That's going to allow us to dig deeper into some of the best discovery questions that have been added to the RiskAdvisor system by our agencies. Let's take a look. The first question we're taking a look at today is from Michael Overstreet and Heritage Insurance out of Arizona. The first question that they asked their prospect is, we use technology, which means texting and client center. Are you okay with that? The second question that they ask is, we maximize your discounts. We will look for all discounts available. Are you okay with that? With their third question, they say, we educate. Whether you buy the policy or not, we'll present it to you. Are you okay with that? You'll notice that all three of these questions are not actually questions, they're statements. But at the end, they ask, are you okay with that? I love this because what they have done is they've gotten their ideal prospect to tell them 3 times yes, right at the beginning of the conversation. What that allows them to do is it allows them to get buy-in from their prospect. And they're also able to refer back to these when something goes wrong or the prospect has changed what they said is important, and refer back to them the fact that, hey, you told us yes on me. I love this from Heritage, and I think it's great for anyone to utilize. Next on the list from Callie Rogers from DeWitt Insurance Group in Indiana is, how did you end up with your current carrier or agent? I love this, and I want to focus more so on the agent part of the question. And the reason behind that is you're going to be able to find out very quickly if they were referred to them, or they have a family member, or if they have a special connection with them. When it comes to identifying our ideal prospect early in the conversation, this is really, really important. These next 2 questions come from Eric Roberts with My Insurance Group. First, they ask, have you worked with an independent agent before? I love this because it makes it really easy for them to see or know, has this person worked with an independent agent before? We all know that there's benefits of working with an independent agent, and one of those being options. Another one of those is being able to actually advise on what they actually need and not the set products that they're able to sell. So if they haven't worked with one before, or even if they have, this is an easy setup for them to explain the benefit of an independent agent. They follow this up with, how long have you been with them? This is great because if it's someone who's been with an independent agent, and they've been with them for 40 years, this might be a good time to say, hey, don't know that we're a current fit. Sounds like you have a great relationship with your current agent. Is there anything that I'm missing to know why you're currently looking for another option? And if they say, yeah, my agent retired, or they did something that frustrated them, you still have the end. But it could be an easy way to walk away from this prospect without wasting any of your time. And finally, we have 2 questions from Casey McKinney. He asked, if you had to pick one, would you pick price or coverage? This one's obvious, but it's really good to get them to say this out loud. They say price, and that's okay with you. Then when you come back and you save them money and they, for whatever reason, want to stick with their current coverage, you're able to refer back to this and remind them. And they told you that price was important. If it's coverage, and you come back a little bit more expensive and they start talking about the fact that, hey, you need to save me money. Well, at the beginning of this conversation, you told me that coverage was important and I got you better coverage. You're able to refer back to that and you're able to let them know that you did what they told you was important. And finally, a simple question from Casey is, how soon do you need your quote? This is really important. So many agents just assume that if you don't get a quote back to a prospect within a couple hours, you've already lost. From personal experience and from talking to other agents, if you're able to set an expectation of when you need the quote back, and they say something like a couple days from now, and you know that this might be a more complicated case, the most important thing with this is actually setting the expectations and meeting those expectations. If you want to read more about this and take a look at more of these questions, feel free to check out the blog post in the details of this video. Thank you so much for taking some time to learn a little bit about how agencies are utilizing the custom discovery question feature of RiskAdvisor to help them write better insurance and be a better trusted advisor to their prospecting client. You're not a current RiskAdvisor user? Book a demo today. Let's take a look at this feature as well as others and see how we can make your life simpler and allow you and your agents to write more insurance, make more commission, and retain more across the board.